I think you really do want to pressure the Ace Gen as much as possible to be smart about it. You can see there with the Adam over-committing to that generator. I'm not sure if he's just trying to stealth it out or what. It does result in a death, and I think this could result in the survivor's downfall.
However, if you snuck a survivor on that back gen over here while this was all going on, they could pop it here. But that's a very, that's a big if. Yeah, they snuck someone over here, but it did not have enough progression, and he's going. Again, his power is back. There's been so much passive blood from Splintered Hull left over. Good job from the K taking her all the way over here, but I don't think it's going to matter. I imagine you get this down, and you go straight back to that gen, right? No, they're going to go for their hook. I would be worried that gen's going to get hit there. Ooh, look at the blood over here, too. If he gets his blood and goes all the way back, oh my word, that'll be sick. Does he do it? Yep, there's his power. They could get the gen done here and win the set, but it's going to be a near tie game going for the match point. Which gen are they working on? Are they split? They are split. Okay. If they're working on the gen by the combine, this could actually... Is it the combine or is it the... It's not a combine, it's a backhoe?
Crane.
What do you call those things? Crane. Okay, there you go. Thank you. I'm uncultured. We see Neo over here, but... Yeah, that gen doesn't have enough progress here. We might slowly see... He gets the hit over that?
So, you want to know what I think may have happened there?
Oh, the vacuum situation?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. And that gen is ripe for kicking, too. If Zarina is not on that other gen right now, trying to get it out, they do get the gen, so they're going to win the set.
Talk about a close call, to say the least, and now they also have an opportunity to potentially make a bit of a point gap here if Serena is able to escape via the hatch or the exit gate.
That's a very good point. That was well played on their part. They telling Serena to go over there. That's a no way out. Nope, there is no way out of this game. They are going to die. Well, at least I would think so. They got their power back. Dude, I keep going back to it. Splintered Hull has given this Oni so much value this game.
Yeah, it really has been a difficult thing for these survivors to do much of anything, as Oni has consistently just has power again and again and again. I think the only thing that they could have done differently here is to heal in areas where Oni wasn't going to be, but just wasn't able to make it happen. We do see the death on hook, and Oni's going to be demon dashing over to the hatch.
Oh, it's on the good side.
Serena's here as well.
Nope.
Oh, no.
Oni says nope. Oh, the mind game there. Unfortunate for the Zarina.
A series of unfortunate events, to say the least. And that was a close one.
Wow.
Serena almost made it out.
He did. If he didn't get his power and demon dash back, yeah, she would have escaped. Well played from this. Honestly, the survivors had very smart calls against this Oni, because like we said, there was that point with 2 gens left where the Oni had a significant advantage, and the survivors were able to eke out just a little bit of extra generator power, and they're managing to go with the set win by a 2-point margin. So they barely win the set, but we've got a completely new set coming up that's again going to be its own point, but it means it's also going to be probably the tiebreaker for the match point itself. It's a very close game right now.
Oh yeah, very, very close. So this is going to be a nail biter, to say the least. And what are your expectations as we are going to be seeing the hookers with the Demogorgon, the Demodog himself?
Excellent. I love to see a good demo game. Pretty much every game that we've seen demo so far, it has been a pleasure to watch, because I just love watching the shreds. It's almost like a Billy, except I would argue that demo's just better than Billy. So you get that same like suspense of, oh, is he gonna get the curve, or is he gonna get the shred? Just feels more fun.
You say that. I will say though, you did miss out on a nutty Billy game.
I know.
So,
I need to go back and watch it.
Yes, I would highly recommend it. DRM1 freaking pulling out all the stops on the Billy Boy in the Odium versus Remedy match. So if you guys also haven't seen it, would highly recommend checking it out.
So I guess what I mean here is, yes, Billy has potential, but it's the same thing of the effort versus the return. If you're gonna put 2K hours into a killer, Billy can give you a decent amount back. Like, you can get those back revs, you can get those really sweet saws, you can get those mind games. But wouldn't you rather put 2K hours into a killer that can actually do something? I'm sorry. I love you, Billy. I love you. I really do.
Through offending all 3 remaining Billy mains.
Calling him out hard. But I mean, and to be fair, you could say right back, everybody's like, you play Trickster. It's like, well, I'd still argue that Trickster's better than Billy at this point, but besides the point, I don't know, I suffer, because I played Billy back in the day before the nerf, but when they nerfed him, just like, this killer doesn't feel good anymore. I guess that's the problem, is that if you played Billy before, I feel like it's so much harder to get back into him after the nerf. Whereas people that didn't play Billy pre-nerf, they might see it like they might see the killer in a different way than I do.
Yeah,
it might just
fair.
be perspective.
No, that is a fair analysis. I would definitely.
I knew what he could do. I saw him slaughter back in the day. So
who knows? Maybe eventually Behavior will take a look at Billy again, but I would not hold my breath.
Again, it was the same thing we've seen from other nerfs. They did too much.
Yes.
Either apply the overheat or gut his add-ons. Don't do both.
Yeah.
Doing both is overcorrection, and it's just not great. Same thing for Freddy. They nerfed his add-ons, and they nerfed his chase. Overkill. What was another one they did? Deathslinger recently.
Yeah.
They nerfed his aim down sights and his terror radius. I appreciate them going into balanced killers. It's just...
Don't
hit him with a sledgehammer?
I want my Western lullaby. I want Slinger to go back to his original terror radius and give him a lullaby. Make it a Western.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. That'd be super sick. As long as it's not like Billy Western, where it's just like...
No, like I'm talking about like old Western, Slinger's whistling. You hear it and you know you're in his line of sight.
Even better, like, you know, when you get introduced to a terror radius, because I believe it's client side, it's not, I believe it's client side played, so you get the beginning of the track, it's not you're going to get introduced to the middle of it.
Yep.
If it starts out with that, like you said, that old school whistle, like the tumbleweed rolling across, like...
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that'd be super dope. I'd be down for that.
I just want that so badly. I have no idea why they didn't think about giving him a lullaby like that.
I don't know. Maybe it's difficult to... I mean, we talk about, like, planning a new chapter DLC is probably a year to 2 years in advance, work. Whereas these patches are probably more like 3 to 6 months work, so shorter notice. And I imagine if you wanted a lullaby on short notice, it's a lot harder to contract that out and get that.
That is fair. And I will say they have been adding ambiance to things. I don't know if you noticed that this most recent update, Coldman Farm has like an intro music. I'm like, what?
There's been a lot of really crazy nuances. I actually really like that, because for new players, they may not notice it so much because they're, they don't play the game extensively. They haven't had a history with it. But for the older players, it's a really nice nod. It's like, hey, we're freshening things up a little bit. I really appreciate that. Okay,
real quick. Did you do the same thing I did when they updated the sound for, like, the challenges over on the right? Did you, like, go back and forth, like, wait, what does it sound?
Oh, yeah, the first time. Because whenever I'm, like, because I alt-tab out, and that's immediately, because, like, I play Dead by Daylight here. This is the screen, so I, like, always alt-tab across it. Yeah, it changed, like, wait, what? And also the entity noise and the blood web now. Yeah, just... I know, I'm here for it. They took away Pinhead's voice and they gave it back with interest. Sound design is really important, and they seem to really be pushing into that area for a little bit for these patches. And I'm here for it.
Now, if they could only not break everything else.
It still boggles my mind that you can change areas of the game, and then in areas that should be completely unrelated, you still break stuff. But again, it goes back to the code base is mountains of spaghetti. It's not just a spaghetti pot. It was spaghetti that was left, frozen in the fridge, and then more tossed on top of it, and more tossed on top of it. And like, it's such an accurate analogy, because that's the way the Blueprints works.
Yep.
It's flowchart. It's not actual, like, code. It's pseudocode at best.
Yep.
So
maybe one day, maybe one day we'll get Dead by Daylight 2.0 on, like, Unity. I don't know. From a business perspective, it's just not viable. I could almost understand letting the game just die on its own after, like, taking what you can from it. I don't want them to do that. I hope that's not the case. I hope they see that they genuinely have a gem of a game in their hands,
I would love to see them try and press the longevity of it, but in order to do that, they have, because I don't know about you, but it feels like over the past 2 years, it has been getting progressively more destructive as they add patches. What breaks every single time? And it might be just because the game is bigger, but I don't know.
I will say,
they need to rework.
Before this mid-chapter update, the last 2 were not bad. Like, we did, like, I was like, okay, nothing's broken. What's going on? Like, it's very few things, and then all of a sudden this one's like, okay, we need to make up for the last 2 updates where we didn't break anything, and now here's all the things that are broken. Right,
but the Nemesis had probably the most broken in the game I've ever seen when they introduced that.
Yeah, that's true.
So, a lull is nice, but I don't know if that's going to be the norm going. I know, we can hope, but
knock on wood.
I just realized we haven't introduced this game at all. We're going to be on Gas Heaven with Demogorgon. We introduced Demogorgon. I don't know if we said Gas Heaven or not.
I think we were still a bit too hyped after the very close set 1.
Oh, that was such a close set. Oh man, that was a good one. I come in and I'm like, yes, let's go. Honestly, Demogorgon's a good pick here. If you do the portals correctly, you actually get to patrol a lot of the map. And what we saw before with this, I think it's the same map, was the use of Leprous Lich It, and you just know where all the survivors are. Very, very strong idea. I actually really like that build a lot.
Yeah, we could definitely see that happen here again, as Hookers is going to try and create a bit of a gap between them and Mono Retro as we go into trial number 4 of set 2 to because I think this here is going to be the determining match. We haven't had a lot of determining matches, like match point wise, but this is going to be one of them for sure.
Right. As far as games, as far as being close, we might have had 3 total this season that were even kind of this close. So, and especially I imagine it could even go down to the 4th game. We've only had 1 that was down to the 4th game, and it was being just so close. And we also had those 2 sets that were just genuine mirror ties at the beginning of the season.
So about that,
why are you breaking the score?
Well, yes, I agree with that statement, but about that demo bug, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the vacuum stuff, yeah, no, I hear you. I was like, I was both shocked on both ends, because, one, why are you... Yeah, but anyway, so, is this Leprous Lichen or Red Moss?
It is indeed, as we did see that aura on the teleport, and I think we're going to see Demo teleporting a lot to get that aura read.
That's one thing I also really love about Demo's power. He actually gets his ability to teleport really, really quickly. It's always available, it feels like. It has just enough cooldown so you can't do it constantly, but honestly, really good. Oh, fantastic mind game on both of these participants there. Demo aimed just left enough that he was able to get it no matter what, and Nancy was ready to not go into check. Oh, the mind games though. Okay. You know, their names apply to Forehead, and their mind games are not bad. So I don't think the name applies here, but Demo is just 5-head, I guess.
Yeah, no, Demo did an amazing job there, mind gaming out the Nancy and getting some really good value there from their shreds, and now getting more value there off of their add-ons. Like, we do see the aura of the Atom, and we hear this gen working, but no survivor to be seen.
Pop? No pop. Just dry kick, okay. I mean, if you can hold this down, yeah, I'm about to say, you can go back and forth between this and see nobody's going for the save here. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, is the spectator a bit different right now? That was deadlock.
There is deadlock. Are you talking about seeing Demo's top of his mouth as he comes out of the portal?
Yeah, I don't remember that being a thing.
I don't think it is when you play Demo, so I think spectator might just be a wee bit bugged.
Okay, I mean, to be fair, at least it's not as bad as where, back in the day, you could just see nothing but black for, a solid, rest of the game. That was a fun portal bug. Is this going to be enough for a safe unhook? Oh, good cancellation on the Serena's part for the safe unhook. That was really well done.
And
however,
Nancy trying to desperately take this body block, but I think it's going to result in her slug.
Yeah, that might have been a bit overzealous on the Nancy's part. If Nancy doesn't have decisive strike, this is all for naught. There's no way she doesn't have decisive strike. You would not make that kind of play here without decisive strike, right?
I mean, I would hope and think, and I think though that Demo here could just wait out the decisive and kind of sit back, relax. But looks like Demo's going to attempt to
deliverance. Deliverance. Okay, that's why they went for it. But Nancy's now second hook. They're close to death hook. We'll see how this plays out. I'm not saying that seems like a very strong stepping spot for the. Oh, they're on 2 separate gens. Okay. So the survivors are not without their own set of pressure coming up. They're about to have it where 1 gen is left. I get why they did it now. Deliverance play, they kind of reset the pressure, but it's still. Oh, they have a gen 99 as well. Okay, never mind. They might have to be very careful here. I was wrong. I read the situation so wrong.
Yeah,
so many gens are being done.
These survivors being really smart playing around that deadlock, but Demo just not willing to give up this Nancy as we do see deadlock pop off. And hold on. That deadlock was a different gen. I think they may have popped the gen that we saw Demo on prior, and now deadlock is on a different gen, entirely suggesting that's probably 99.
That's quite possible. And Kate coming in here. If without kinship, there's no other survivor. I don't think she can get this unhooked. I think Nancy dies here.
Yeah, Nancy does die. Kate takes the hit, and Demo is in a fantastic spot to go for another down.
And he gets the hit. That's why they kept Demo, because you don't get pallet back. You actually get the slaps. Oh, that is insane.
I almost kind of like it this way.
You know what? I do too. I am tired of, as a Bubba, when I go for the chainsaw, survivor can stand right next to the door pallet and I get vacuumed into that instead. I like this change. Make it a thing.
I mean,
well, if they say that, I don't want. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say if they would kept the hit logic, but were to keep the fix the vacuum pallets when there's no one on it, I think that would be perfect.
I would have to agree, and I think this Adam read correctly that this killer has leprous liching, because they doubled back despite the fact that Demo made it look like they didn't see them.
Yeah, Demo here doing a fantastic job of kind of hiding the amount of information that they've been given, not going directly to the survivors, but kind of going in their general area.
Right, and it looks like one thing I'm noticing here is that Adam is taking them to a part of the map where there's not a lot of portals. Now they're going back to the map, but realizing that Demo has all his portals down and taking him where there's no portals means that he loses a lot of map pressure potentially. Oh, but he doubled back. This without Dead Hard here, I think he's dead.
There's the Dead Hard,
oh my goodness,
Adam being a freaking champ and not falling for those fakes.
That was some absolute next level mind gaming there from the Adam. I can't believe he's holding on to that Dead Hard. Nerves of steel. I would have thrown Dead Hard like 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, amazing job to say the least. And that is Adam's first hook. Deliverance is out of the game. And Demo sees one survivor on that gen and one prepping for the unhook. I'm surprised he went to this portal specifically. I feel like he's pretty out and about.
Possibly. He also might have missed the. I've definitely made it before where I don't fix myself what portal I need to go to. Also worth noting, he got the bonus now, so he's hit all 4 survivors at this point for hooks.
Yeah.
And is Kate here?
Kate is here, but given this Demo pretty good run, it would seem. And Demo trying to go for that mind game, but Kate just holding to her corners nonstop.
These are low-lying tiles. You can probably actually see Demo for the most part over them. Demo's not a small killer by any means. A little bit hunched over, but still pretty tall.
And we do hear that gen there. No gen regression on this Demo's build, so it really will come down to whether or not they're able to get these chases quickly, or if these guys are going to bring Demo out and about this map.
Is that Overcome we see from her?
Definitely a bit of distance, so Overcome would make a bit of sense.
All right, and again, not to lead to anything here. And never mind, I don't have to. No Way Out and No Way just talk at the exact same time. I was about to say, this Demo with no gen regression, you imagine it's No Way Out, No Way, right? This is like a standard build we see these days.
Yeah, I mean, I think once you see Deadlock, you kind of have to assume its existence. And also, I'm surprised that a lot of...
patrolling. I just realized with Leper's Legend, he has perfect knowledge here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is going to be very rough for these survivors, and if you want to pay attention, we do see that Noed back in the area with portals.
Yep. Also, I don't know about you, did I see I didn't see any auras when I came up there.
Yeah, that would be because the survivors probably saw no way out and probably went into lockers. However, we do see the auras now. One survivor there on the far left, and I think the Atom right there in garage, probably looking for Noed. But no way out is about to expire, so we'll have to wait and see what these survivors decide to do.
Right, and he's constantly patrolling these, and that makes a lot of sense. This could result in a 3K potentially if they are not careful. Yeah, they're both going for the exit. So it looks like I don't think even if they ran right now to get the unhook, I don't think they can. This could very easily be a 3K. One of the doors is going to open most likely, but I don't see all these survivors getting out of this game. Yeah. Oh, but that exit gate's actually being worked on. Can they get there in time and get the hit? I don't know. This is going to be down to the wire. Can they get this door open and out? I think they actually leave.
Yeah, he can't use his power here, and I think even if they get the hit, they will get the two-man out just ever so slightly.
Oh my goodness, that's clutch. Was there hope? That was the reason. There was a hope player. The hope player, the 7% extra speed. Hope was so clutch. That's why they were able to get out.
That's something you don't see every day.
Oh my goodness, I was about to say, that survivor's so fast. They had the hope. They were a hope gamer. That's so clutch. I have not seen that. Oh my goodness, hope value in competitive in 2022. Oh,
I mean,
it's gonna be a good year.
I guess it makes sense. We did ban Wake Up, so, you know, might as well throw in Hope instead.
That's beautiful. That makes me very, very happy. Oh my goodness, that's so unfortunate for the demo. He picked the wrong player to go after at the end there.
I was thinking, I'm like, man, this survivor seems fast, especially as like demo had Noed still.
Was that? Adam didn't have Deliverance. That was Serena. Wait, was that Hope?
Was it? It was.
Yeah,
Kate.
Adam had Hope. It wasn't Kate. So Kate was just fast. Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
I thought that was Hope at the end there. Okay, never mind.
Oh, so I see why though. I see why the exit gate opened as quickly as it did though. Resilient.
Yeah, though resilient.
Okay.
Okay, that makes more sense. So that's okay. I just thought the Kate had. I thought Kate had the tech. I thought that was Hope. Okay, so I guess that's just 115 killers. Just all right. Behavior. Make all 115 killers 120. Come on. I'm kidding. That would actually kind of be too strong.
Well, I would say the match was close before, and the match is still close now. We are looking at 50-48 for the match point, and for the set, it is 18 for the hookers and Mono Retro for 14. So it's a 4-point set right now.
Yep, very, very close game. And again, with the 2-point lead going in, it's still a very close game. Match point and set point are up for grabs here for both sides. Very, very close. And what are we going to be seeing next anyway? Another Oni. Okay. On Gas Heaven. Let's see how that goes. Actually, I feel like Oni is really good on records. I don't know how you feel about Gas Heaven. It's so long. Like, yeah, you can zoom around with your power. We'll have to see. It depends on how they play it. On Gas Heaven, if I don't have some way to teleport around, I feel at a significant disadvantage on that map. Just saying. The car walls kill it for me. You can't see through them. You get nothing.
That is fair.
Just a Great Wall of Gas Heaven or something. I don't know. Ugh.
Yeah, I can
fun demo game though. I enjoyed that.
I can definitely understand where you're coming from, to be fair. At the same time, I don't know. I feel like Oni still has a lot of mobility if they use their power right and are conservative. So I definitely could see Oni making good use of their power, getting some good mobility, and not really needing portals like Demo Boy, for example.
That's entirely fair. Like I said, it comes down to how they play it. I guess, yeah, power management's going to be big here, and obviously I would expect Splintered Hull. So. We saw the previous Oni game, they did manage their power very well, picking up and making sure that they had over half their power left over a lot of the time so that they could quickly go to a blood bank, get right back into it. And even then, that Oni game went really, really well for them. And honestly, the demo game went really well for them too, so... This is a close one. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm still trying to go over, I genuinely am surprised they were able to get that second mana. I thought it was going to be a 3K for sure. The fact that Kate had the heads up that demo was coming. Actually, that portal was in the open line of sight for the Kate, so Kate actually had a good amount of notifications that they were coming. So that's probably why they got such a lead.
Yep, that would make sense. That would make sense.
Portal placement. Who would have guessed?
I mean, I just love the fact that, it's very... There are a few killers who we do allow iridescent add-ons, and Demo is one of them. But it shows you, like, how influential they can be to push up a killer who I would say Demo's probably, like, C tier, probably upper C tier. But, like, I would say definitely pushes them up because of just how much information they're able to get from their portals when used the right way.
Yeah, it's very fair. So, Pinky Finger Clan win?
I don't know about that one. Don't know about that. Come on,
it's only 2 bottles. They only got 2 bottles to do it with. You got it. Like, when does a killer ever get right up on a survivor?
Yeah, when
unhooking.
Oh yeah, when would that ever happen? When the killer also has the ability to make themselves faster or the survivor slower? When would that happen?
I mean, it's 2 bottles, man. It's 5. I mean, all you have to honestly just ban the one that gives you extra bottles, and I don't know. I'm not here to like talk shop like in the middle of a stream, but I'm just saying. Anyway,
next thing you're gonna say you want Eerie Head Huntress.
Oh please no! Oh no! Yeah, it got a good nerf. I appreciate that nerf. That's still strong as heck, though.
Oh yeah,
just
I will say though,
you can camp the unhook perfectly. It's so
I do love that the Eerie's on Huntress do synergize well with Soldier's Putty, Eerie Head. I do like synergistic things like that with add-ons like
you never see that.
Doctor, Eerie King and Queen.
Yeah, it's rare that they go together because like I'm not calling out people that are getting into the game that like as newbies, but like a lot of newer people I see that do requests for killer. They're like, oh, put all the Eerie's together. It's like that doesn't do anything. Like you're like. Pyramid Head, play all Eerie. It's like, okay, I'd rather take no add-ons, honestly, but... Whereas, like, yeah, Doctor and Huntress, they actually do something. There's one other killer I know that does really well with double Eerie. I'm trying to remember what they are. It's not Wraith. Wraith is cute. Trapper.
Yeah,
Trapper's pretty good. Trapper's pretty good.
Yeah. Now, Eerie Stone is fantastic. Though, personally, I'll always say best add-ons right now, Eerie Stone and Trapper Sack.
Trapper Sack. I both love and hate it because it's what we've always wanted for Trapper in a way. Like, I'm glad that they didn't make it base kit, obviously, that he just starts with all his traps. But if we have an add-on to start with it, people have been asking that since the dawn of time, and I'm glad they did it. I'm glad they also made the stipulation that you can't pick them up because if you could pick them up, that would be like above Eerie. I think that could actually be potentially just disgusting.
But who honestly even wants to? I get my Bad Ham Preschool Trapper Sack and wraps, and I have been loving. It's such a stupid brown add-on, but the wrappings...
Oh, the one where you walk through the trap?
Yeah.
I do that too. Yeah, Trapper Sack and that one. Yeah, hand in hand every time. I love it.
I've had so many games in Bad Ham where it's like, oh yes, a trap here, here, and you're on basement now. Have fun.
Well, more than that, it's amazing when you set up like a basement at Shack or whatever. The amount of survivors I could make a clip montage of this where the survivor's like, oh, I'm going to do the thing. Oh, you're camping. I'm going to break your trap. I'm going to break your trap. And I'm like, I have the survivor carry, but I also have like, Mad Grit, Agitation, Iron Grasp. I will walk right through and slap him in the face. And they're just like, what? I love the Trapper rework. I know he's still like pretty bottom tier on the list of killers, but they did him so much justice. Thank you, Behavior, for giving him the love that he got this past patch. And not just the 1 to the 2, but the rest of it, too.
I'm hoping that we see similar results with Legion and Ghostface, who we aren't going to see, obviously, we didn't see this mid-chapter update, but maybe with the release of the Ring, we might see some reworks on them, which I think would be like
That's a good point.
Huge thing, and we are only like 2 weeks away from the PTB. We
That's
have
a good point.
it coming out on February 15th, so
Trickster Skin.
We won't have to wait long for Trickster's Skin, for the new Ring chapter. If you haven't, I guess you guys haven't been able to see, but Rue can see I'm saving up my Eerie's, my blood points, so I'm just going to go right in and dump all the blood points into new killer.
Oh yeah, streamers save up hardcore. It's like it's a pastime.
Yeah, it is.
For sure. Also, what's nice about Legion too, side note, Brother Cope uploaded a video like yesterday showing the old school Legion. It was a trip to watch. Vault over the pallet, stab into thin air, and they're still mending, and you get the down anyway because that's what old school Legion was. It was a chopping machine.
Yep.
Oh goodness, that was
fun.
literally the first time in the game since Nurse they put a kill that was stronger than Nurse, in my opinion. But
I mean, if you ever want to replay old Legion, you can run the deep wound M2 only Legion, which instead of 2,
it's still not as powerful.
It's not
the
as
same.
powerful, I will agree, but still, 3 hits with deep wound and the survivor's down,
Mhm.
they never expect it.
True, it's as close as you're gonna get these days. But that's the thing about Legion now is that it's similar to Trapper, just a few, depending on what way they go, there's just, you could do any number of things and it would just make it immensely more playable. Whether it's you get faster every time you hit a survivor with your power,
I like that idea.
If you get more time added, if they made him just faster base kit general, they could go and mess with his add-ons a bit more, because he has, like, his add-ons are medium for me. Like, there's obviously his best ones, but there's also some, like, nuance to them. They don't have to do much to make that killer more viable and nicer, honestly. Or even better, the one I really liked is not just faster every time you hit somebody. You reduce your fatigue afterward to a certain percentage every time you hit someone.
Now you're piquing my interest here. But with that being said, we do have the Oni. Once again, with your favorite add-on, the Splintered Hull.
Dude, I am a Splintered Hull fan after him. Like, obviously, his best add-on got nerfed, and rightfully so. There was no reason he should have had that strong of an add-on. That wasn't even it wasn't even purple. There's no reason whatsoever for him to have that. Splintered Hull is, like, come to limelight now, and it's just absolutely fantastic for Oni. I love it. And he's almost gone 30 seconds. He haven't seen a single survivor. He did not find this. Oh, never mind. I bite my tongue. He's found the Claude.
Claude's like, hold my beer. Hold on a second.
Yeah, right? It's like, I just have to say something, and it's just going to come to fruition. All right, Ace is going to fall from the sky here in a sec. I'm kidding. Dropping pallets like mad, just like we saw in the previous game on Wrecker's Yard. And we see the Bloodlust coming in now. This is their obsession, so I'm guessing there's no play with you because they haven't broken face. And that's Brutal Strength. Okay. They brought the Brutal Strength tech.
And it makes a lot of sense with Oni, honestly. You want to just chew through those pallets and reduce the amount of resources that these survivors have towards the late game. And I think we're going to see that here on this Oni as well, who is trying to get a mind game, does not get it, but does get the pallet nonetheless. And they are kind of taking a bit of a tour of this map. And the good news for the Oni...
This is going to be a hit.
A, this is going to be hit, but B, they're going around all the gens they don't have corrupted. So they're going to be able to get a sense for how much progress is on these generators in the meanwhile.
That's a very good point. And worth noting, too, not only does Brutal Strength help you chew through pallets, I think it gives you up to 2 meters more distance on the survivor. And they're vaulting. That's going to be a lot of blood. He might actually get his power here. And he does. The Splintered Hull is cracked. 1 hit and he's already got his power. And let's see how he uses it.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to take a look at these gens. The biggest thing is whether or not they're going to be able to get the down prior to them losing more than half of their power. They're trying to get this down here, and they find the ace.
Yep, and they do get that down there right before they get to the long wall, and I imagine he's going to go straight for the pickup. You can go, you see the Claude had healed. You know they healed somewhere. You go find that blood bank, and honestly, with Splintered Hull, you might have your power back with only half of it left. And with that said, they do get 1 gen for 1 hook, but he's halfway to his power, and he knows where that Claude had healed, probably.
Yeah, if I had to guess, definitely over by that gas station, but we see scratch marks here over by the shack, and Oni...
Oh! Wait, she cleansed the dull. They smell Noah, don't they?
Oh, 110%, so they're definitely on the prowl for that. Oni does see some scratch marks, though, and they're going to see about contesting this unhook.
Where did this... is this Claudette or Fang? Looking around, I don't think they see the survivor yet. I don't see the survivor, at least anyway. They are hiding very well here. But, oh, there they are. There's the scratch marks. Not able to turn that corner. And that is the Claudette here.
And Claude does vault into
strat.
Oni. Very bold play there, but it worked out well.
I think that was live because they got away really quickly. So now Oni has to figure out if he wants to continue this chase. Nobody came for that unhook yet, though, so... Okay, they thought they might go for the vault again. I think that was a unicorn play, Oni. I don't see the Claudette doing that again. However, this survivor might go to second stage here. They do go to second stage.
However, I'm a little bit concerned for Zoni. They are back to no power whatsoever and no real pressure to look at here outside of that progression.
It's a very good point. I will say they got to survive a second stage. I guess, well, they're not camping it anymore, though. And Claude's already here, and they're going to chase. Longbow without Bamboozle is really... Oh, my goodness. Claude is playing this really well. They might have mistakenly vaulted earlier, but playing this super well now. They do get the unhook, but I imagine this ace is going to be able to get away here. They do get the hit on the Kate, though, through the pallet. And they're not going to bother breaking. They're going to continue to chase and get that splitter whole blood.
That may just give this Oni the pressure that they need to bring this back. As, you know, I don't expect that Kate was thinking that was going to hit.
I would have to agree. Yeah, they threw that pallet just a little bit too late. They also got this Kate might be getting slapped around and juiced by the Oni here. That's a lot of extra blood, and they've almost got their power up. I feel like the Kate wasn't playing that super safe, or just maybe they got turned around a bit. That's 2 hits that I would not expect here.
However, I do want to point that the Oni's still in a 1-for-1 hook to Gen snare as we speak, so definitely going to need to get some snowball pressure here. We'll have to wait and see if this Oni... I'm still so confused why killers are opening up that door. Do you understand why?
I have no idea. I guess it's because these killers are able to run inside. Like, you could technically run inside with this Oni and get the hit on them, but oh, great blind there from the ace. I believe that's the ace. Is this ace? No, it's not.
No, it is the Fang Min.
Well played. However, she could, not quite able to get around the side there. And yeah, I honestly, I don't know why they're opening it up, but we'll see if it pays off at some point. I will say, we haven't seen Deadlock from this killer. So I'm guessing they took Brutal Strength over Deadlock.
It would seem that way. We know of Corrupt Intervention, Brutal Strength, and that is about it at this moment in time. I imagine that is why these survivors are a little bit concerned about those dual totems and Oni trying to get the last of their power, but just are not able to get the hit.
No, they aren't. This is... Kate gave, like you said, a little bit of breath of fresh air, able to possibly get something going here, but Oni not able to really snowball or make anything of it, and now I'm wondering if they're in a bit of a pickle here. I think I saw a survivor running around on the outside, but there's no blood bank in here that I can speak of. I don't know how he keeps finding this Kate and getting this hits, but this Kate is giving him way more lifelines than I think that he is, he maybe has earned in this game. He's gotten, like, he had a good start, but I feel like the snowball's been helping him. These are a lot of hits. This is going to possibly cost the survivors if the Oni can capitalize on this. That is a lot of hits.
There's potential here that the ace did that purposefully as he was running at the Oni. However, do I think it's a smart play in the long run? We will have to wait and see as one more generator has popped off and Oni trying to get that hit at the pallet, just not able to make it happen. And Ace, once again, just going to hold tight to this tile. And I don't know, on Oni, you're just not able to really slide around like you'd want to.
True, but this Fang is a bit caught out here, and they could go down. Oh, not quite able. He's getting a lot of collision here. Yeah, this is a rough map.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for Oni here is just needs to be patient. Don't try and rush it. And once we see that, they see the down, and looks like they're going to check the gen before going for the pickup. I'm a little bit surprised here.
Oh, you almost hit that. That was so close. I think that's Claudette. Yeah, Claudette just barely got out of dodge here, though I expect the gen to be done soon. Gen's have been kind of slow rolling a bit here. I'm kind of surprised. Oh, did they almost get the pickup? No, I think they're just hanging out there for the flashlight save. And yeah, this is first hook for the Fang, right?
This is indeed the first hook for the Fang, and we do see
gen.
the haste status effect for Noed and No Way Out, meaning that they actually have 3 tokens instead of only 2, so that was great timing on that hook.
Yeah, that was a clutch hook for this Oni, needing that third. I mean, you need every second you can with these survivors. These guys have been very good on these loops, and fortunately, Claudette will go down. They do get the unhook on Cheese. Actually, do you do a little bit of duality here? We see some blood. They got the hit. Do you think... Actually, hold on. That hit didn't give them that much blood at all from the Claudette.
No, it didn't. It's because of the insta downs. Very similar in the same way that if you hit a survivor for a BT hit, you also do not get a lot of blood. However...
there's a lot of blood. Oh, my word.
There's just a little bit of blood over here.
I say, if he could get his power here, he could have the little bit of map control. Noah is still up. No Way Out has expired, though.
And we do see some
there
scratch
is
marks
still
over
potential
here.
for snowball. Oh, I think they found the Noed there.
They did find the Noed. However, Oni, getting hit by that pallet and looking around, see what they can do. I imagine they're going to try and go for the exit gate, but I fear that it might be a little bit too late.
Might be, yeah, depending on what survivor they have there. Man, that is rough on the vacuum. That's not actually all that done, surprisingly. And there's an injured survivor over here on this side, too, so they're doubled up over here. However, this LT wall is going to be a little bit rough for the Oni.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing here is to be conscious of your surroundings, and they do take a look towards the scratch marks. Get a bit confused by him, however, and we do see the survivor getting off the hook and Oni attempting to go for the cape.
You get the hit on the Cade, and I believe, is Cade death hook? Or is Ace death hook?
No, Kate is not death hook right now, so Kate does have one more hook stay in them. So these survivors are trying to get the 4-man out. They're going to have to keep on trying. But with no one still up, honestly, I just think you go for 3-man out.
I think you should go for the 3-man. I think with the way the points are right now, a 3-man out should guarantee them the set. So yeah, we see that. We see them 3-man out. So it's a 7 hook stage 1K. And I think that means the survivors, aka the hookers, I think they get the W here. We'll have to see how the points line out. The Oni did hook everybody, so he's got the bonus.
So Rue.
Oh, this is gonna be a close game.
Yeah, close game is right because though the hookers did take the set, it is a tie game 65
You're
to
kidding.
65. So we
came back.
are going to be going to set number 3, this
That's
time
insane.
on the coal tower.
Yeah, you're right, because that's 17 to 15 for this last trial, and it was 18 to 14, bring back to 2 point. Yeah, wow. 2-point lead in the first one, 2-point lead in the second one. That's super close. Wow. All right, coming down to the third set for the match point. What do you know? This is the second, okay, it's not that exact same as that one. I think it was Purge that we had that was playing, where they had the clutch play thing where they managed to keep the survivor finishing last gen to force a tie, and we would have gone to set 3, but they called it like we can't make it, so we're just gonna throw in the top for the match point. We'll take our set point. But those were double ties. This is a win-win that resulted in a tie.
Yeah.
This is a first, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a first, so this is definitely a unique scenario to say the least. And we're gonna.
I'm glad we have that little bit of buffer period between now and the next match.
Yes, thankfully we do normally have that little bit of a buffer, but we'll be seeing the Cenobite from Modern Retro on the coal tower. Indeed, the Cenobite.
They kept the Cenobite. Is it because they were like, now there's a chance of us going to tiebreakers? It's not that much. And they didn't want to rethink it, or
I think that honestly, we've seen how the Cenobite did in the last round where Cenobite was still used. I mean, it's still a really successful match, so I honestly don't know if in comp the chain hunt really matters as much as the possessed chain in comparison.
True, with the I forget the name of the add-on, but the purple add-on that spawns another one when the collision breaks it. That does actually offer a significantly more powerful slowdown than I was expecting. So yeah, they do get more. Again, I just never get much use of as chain or as a possessed chain. So survivors killers eking it out over here in comp better than I am. But what I'm looking at is the one after that where there's plague.
Yeah, Plague will be fun. We already saw a Plague earlier in this match, and we will be seeing another one again.
Yeah, Modern Retro played the Plague the first time, but this time in set 3, it'll be the hookers that play the Plague. So I'm curious to see how they play it, and I'm curious to see how Modern Retro counters it, because unlike Wrecker's Yard, the tiles at Coal Tower, the LTs, the long walls, and all that spawn, those you can't vomit over any, good luck vomiting over those and getting the arc. Whereas on the other ones, they're short enough you can, so I would actually expect there to be more cleansing on this map if we're being fair.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I would tend to agree with you. However, Coal Tower is a very small map, so I feel like Plague will definitely be able to make a lot of use of their power.
Wrecker's Yard is I'm not saying it's as small as Coal Tower, but it's definitely on the lower end of map sizes in my opinion, or at least when it comes to relevant map size. Those edges don't offer a lot, whereas the Coal Tower edges, they pack a lot into that area. Those edges still have a lot of stuff going on. So
that is true.
Wrecker's Yard feels small as well, just because of the relevant geometry. So And yeah, that's fair. Coal Tower is small, so if you are able to get your power and make use of it, there are a lot of open areas, but there's only one area in that map, and that's like right outside the coal tower, between that and the log pile, or the is it the log pile or the tower that spawns there? But that's about all I see being an area that's like free for her to use her power. Otherwise, there's tiles everywhere.
Yeah.
And trees, honestly, you get that middle row of trees leading all the way to the shack. That's really hard to get bombed in if you block line of sight. So
it'll be interesting to say the least. I think that a lot of teams, when they pick their tiebreaker matches, don't expect to end up going to tiebreaker. But we've seen here in this season that it will happen more regularly than one might think.
Yeah, very, very true. And again, we had one set of tiebreaks that got negated. Did we have another one yet, or is this the second one that happened?
I want to say there may have been one that happened offline as well.
Okay, that would be it. Because I was about to say I don't remember seeing one, but that would make sense if we just didn't air it. Okay, yeah. I mean, in 4 weeks' time, seeing 3 different tiebreakers happen. That's almost one per week, so it is relevant. You do have to prepare for it to some degree. But that's the thing too, is that I guess if you've got a limited time for practice, this kind of shows how well-rounded your team could be is when it goes to tie breaks, because you're not planning for it actually. If I was the team captain, I would not practice for tie breaks.
Yeah.
Just based on the chances of going there, I would much rather put all my time into like, we're going to this kill in this map. Let's do 5 of this game in a night. Next time we'll do 5 in the next one we're going to see, and practice that way. So I don't know. I kind of like this format. Also, this is the first time we get to see tie breaks personally, so it'll be interesting to see how they play against it. The killers, I would say the tiebreakers are kind of favoring the killers as far as well-rounded is, because the killers play killer all the time. Survivors are practicing for specific, builds, for specific maths, for specific. I'm getting tongue-tied here. For specific killers, whereas the killers, like, I do this every single day I load in.
Yeah, I mean, that is fair. That's fair. That's why I can very much kind of drop right in. Like, I'll be honest, I did, like, a match of practice for my Bubba game. Did a quick practice, like, felt out Bubba. And then that slinger went, I haven't done any, like, ranged killer practice recently. We'll see how this goes.
Right? No, I feel that. And I mean, to be fair, there's a difference between playing, the basic, what we call the M1 killers, the 115s, versus the specialty killers, and versus the range kills. It feels like there's 3 different boxes of killers in this game.
Yeah.
You have Blight and Nurse, which feel like your specialty. You've got your range killers like Deathslinger, Huntress, Trickster, and whatnot. And I'd say Artist, but Artist is an M115 killer in my book.
I can see that. I can see that.
You have range, but you're a 115 killer. You get kicked out of the club, sweetie. Sorry.
Yeah, she is the only killer in the game who does have genuine ranged ability, but is also 115.
Well, you have Plague, but that's such a hybrid case. Yeah, like Artist always has her range. They can injure survive. Like, yeah, you have to prep it, but like Plague doesn't have a ranged ability that can always injure survivors. She has to drink up to make it happen. So
exactly,
I feel like it's kind of a middle spot, especially because Plague, at the end of the day, is going to be forced to M1 if the survivors don't do something, which is why I'm glad she's 115. If she was 110, I think she's unplayable, honestly.
Oh, I'd agree. I'd agree.
It's really like, black and white to say it's when it's a gray area, but no, I genuinely think if she was 110, she'd be unplayable.
I think when people ask me about like the Artist and if she were to ever be nerfed, how would she do it? And a lot of people bring up, oh, make her 110. I'm like, no. Like,
please, no.
She would just be unplayable.
I almost feel bad for Artist because, yeah, I don't see any feasible way that you could nerf her without making her just dog. I mean, to be fair, I say that about Deathslinger, and they're like, holding my beer, we're going to do it anyway, watch.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Oh, man. Oh, well. We'll have to see. Again, Artist just came out. It tends to be 3 to 6 months before they do any, like, major, any tweaks of any kind. I'm hoping they don't do anything. At the very least, like, maybe they just tweak add-ons possibly. I think that's the only spot where you'd get anything.
Yeah, I think maybe even increasing the rarity of the 2 most used add-ons, the Carrion and the Tar, might make a little bit of sense.
That's true. I would much rather that happen as opposed to them just nerfing it.
Indeed,
like, you know, they've done with other ones.
Indeed, but we see the Cenobite on the Cold Tower. Jukebox bringing
go.
it to the tiebreaker here. And
What does that broken mirror do?
So the broken lens basically gives you I'm all ears when you hit them with a possessed chain.
Ah, okay. So we see that add-on that makes it spawn an additional chain when you break it with collision. Okay, so they brought in I'm all ears. Actually, that's pretty sick, especially at some of these tiles where you can't see over. I actually really like that.
Yeah, definitely a smart play. I will mention we saw some scratch marks there to the left, but I'm not sure if Jukebox saw them too.
They might have not. They are definitely looking around back here in no man's land. Is that a failed skill check?
It would appear to be the case. 8 seconds off that gen back in that corner, but looks like Jukebox will opt to go for it. I was thinking that they're going to commit to that survivor there in that tile, but apparently not.
I mean, I'd rather go on a survivor on a gen that's outside of my corrupt zone. I mean, I'll take that any day. He gets the hit on the ace, though, and we're into the game. That add-on is actually doing a lot of work. He actually does get the hit on this ace because of that add-on. I think he would have broken the chains otherwise, and already coming in for the hit. Oh, not quite able to land that chain. And attempting a blind here. I'm guessing this ace has the deliverance because they are going all out to prevent this.
It would make a whole lot of sense to say the least, and looks like Cenobite will give up the chase on ace and will go for the Fang Min, but is going to attempt to stop the box and does
so close.
Successfully, but a little bit too late.
Oh, that was so close. That was impressive chain maneuvering. That is, I would say this person has a lot of time spent on this killer, right? Is Ace back here? He is! Oh boy, they could actually lose this Ace already. Oh, they went for the vault anyway? Ooh. Oh, good mind game there holding W. And yeah, these survivors are taking all the hits for this Ace. I don't know if I would have given the Cenobite this many chases. I think I might have been a misclick there.
Yeah, probably a quick little misclick. Probably going for them
hits.
to end up with M1. Will get the hit on the Ace. We do see that I'm all ears activating from the broken lens. But I think Spada is willing to give up her life for the aces to secure the deliverance.
It is worth noting, we are out of the corrupt zone, so survivors have managed to stall a lot of the pressure that this killer could be putting on. But I still don't know if it's too much. Like, I'd leave the survivor slugged.
Oh yeah, 110%.
Yeah, and they are. They're going to do it.
110%. Leave the slug, chain them up, and see what you can do.
Ace
And I think
going
they get
down
it.
Oh, this is horrible for the survivors. Now you hook the plot it. Just make sure you don't get a pickup. No unbreakable here. This is horrible for these survivors. How do they come back from this? They haven't done a gen yet. I mean,
no
yeah,
generators, deliverance out, 8 seconds off the gen in Cold Tower from a missed skill check. Definitely a tough position to be in, to say the least.
They do get the reset, so they are using the time effectively. But, okay, we talked about chain hunt not mattering much, but chain hunt's going to matter because they have to go for unhooks here. And the chain hunt's about to... Okay, Fang finds the cube, and I imagine they're going to solve it here, or attempt solving it. Like, hey, come get me, come get me. Oh, they're playing with fire. Oh my goodness, do they get over here in time?
But they do not get the box, and Cenobite will try and get it out of their hand. That light, though, coming in clutch, and will get them to that vault.
Oh, that was a good use of light. They do get the fastball, and they're able to continue this chase very well. The power breaking off really quickly. That was actually really interesting. I expected them to actually be stuck on the possessed chain a little bit longer than that. I don't know how that happened.
I think they may have ended up breaking it via environmental effects, but we didn't see any chains then respawn and or really do much of anything. They do, however, get the hit on the Fang Min and will commit to the chase as we go to Shaft.
Right, and it's worth noting, the time has expired to solve the cube, so they're going to passively be getting chains to spawn here as the chain hunt is on them. However, the survivors have been unhooked successfully, and it looks like they are in the process of resetting here. Oh. I was going to say, where's the Fang Min? I don't think the Cenobite knew either.
No,
did they just pallet stun the chain?
She did indeed. She threw it just in time for the chain to hit the pallet. And though they will get the chain possession here, and they will get it down.
Oh, good mind game. That is value from that broken lens. And the chain hunt has started, but it is good suffering. I'm so glad we have that voice line.
I agree, and we do see a ace up there on the hill. I wonder if this man was going for the box.
It might have been. Has the box spawned yet?
The box has
No,
spawned,
Claudette
and Claudette has it in their hand. Xenoblade not
value.
carrying, however, and will get the hit on the ace.
The box. You opened
Oh, they are
it.
going to go for it.
I came.
I'm seeing so much broken lens value right now. It is amazing.
Oh yeah, it's
so many
constant.
mind games.
Like, imagine if I'm All Ears didn't have a cooldown. That is broken lens.
I thought you honestly you could leave it off as that is broken, and I would also appreciate that if we're being fair. Break this pallet, right? Yeah, you break this pallet. And honestly, you can camp this out. They only have four. They have one gen done.
Yeah.
They have 4 to go, and they didn't unhook. You can wait 50 seconds here.
110%. There's no reason
Actually,
for you to walk away from this.
You know why? Because Claudia was being chased at Shaq. The 2 survivors that run over here were Ace and Kate, and Ace is injured and can't do the unhook properly.
And he probably has that
Oh,
delivers
man.
PT, so makes sense to me.
Wow, and good hit on the Claude there, but we see that this survivors, they realized they couldn't get the unhook there, and they're not trying to get an unhook now. Okay, never mind. We do see the Claudette come in here for the unhook. I imagine they'll try and tunnel this vent. Wait. Oh, the iframe still.
Yep.
Oh, that's brutal. However, actually really good idea to make that borrow time hit instead and really get some distance out of it. This thing is really good on their chases.
She is indeed. However, we are seeing that possessed chain come into play, and there's the broken lens once
Broken
again.
lens is OP! The new meta is here, set up by Ruin Supreme. I'm really impressed by the value they're getting from these perk choices. And she's dead. No decisive or anything. They finish a gen, but at what cost?
And do
Oh,
note that the
man.
ace is still injured, and Claudette trying to take aggro for him, but I don't think it's going to matter in the end, as Xenoblade has very much shown that he knows how to get around these body blocks.
True, and like you said, the chain hunt is active, right?
Chain Hunt is not active. We did see Claudette earlier actually solve the box, so the box will not spawn for additional 30 seconds, though just did, mind you. And we see the wire doing a lot of work here. Claudette's actually breaking the chains for Ace, but it's just spawning another chain.
I'm gonna say, there's a lot going on. Oh my word, the chains are spawning every... What are we watching? He gets the hit through the pallet? What?
Okay.
That was a forest of
That
chains.
is the most value I have ever seen from that.
That is actually amazing. That was really cool to see. I mean, I don't know how he got the hit through that, but I've never seen just that spam of chains right there. Like, if you had told me that that was how it could work, I would say he's hacking. It's like, no shot you were able to spawn that many chains, but never mind. This add-on combo is actually the best I've ever seen. I am going to be playing this from now on when I play Cenobite. This is so fun.
Yeah, normally I run the chain hunt time reduction in addition to like the gore Larry's remains to increase the amount of time they need to solve the box. But man, I think when you're playing at this skill level where survivors are going to be body blocking, the wire makes sense. And that I'm all ears is just so much sheer value that if you didn't have in a comp setting, you would definitely, feel it.
Oh, for sure. And now, moving on, he's gonna camp this out. They have to do 2 more gens here. We don't know about, like, I thought we saw Deadlock work on a gen at some point when he's walking around. We just never called it out.
We did indeed.
We don't know about
there was Deadlock.
We don't know about 2 perks, but if we know anything about the comp meta, I think these survivors know what to expect here. And we're coming to a similar situation with the Plague, where 2 survivors are out, but they got 2 gens left to go. We'll see if the Pinhead can do similarly to Plague in this scenario.
Yeah, it really is just going to come down to trying to get these gens cranked out. I will say they have a pretty nice spread. However, Cenobite knows where both these survivors are, and looks like they're going to commit to the Claudette.
Yep, and based on that possessed chain, they are going to be able to get a hit here. And oh, the chains are spawning. I have not seen this add-on get so much value as I have in this game. Look at the chains! There's so many chains spawning! Like, what are you supposed to do with this Claudette? Oh, good dodge, though, from them. Good dodge, indeed. And Hayden's going to work on that, but I don't imagine they're going to take the bait.
I mean, it also keeps them off the gens, so if I'm Cenobite, I'm sitting here going, okay, cool, I can continue to commit to this chase. There's only one survivor, which means no one else is on gens.
Right. I will say, to the survivor's benefit, there is no thanatophobia like before in the same scenario, so they are able to do it at a normal speed, but like Pinhead has the same amount of slowdown with the fact that you have to get rid of his box every couple of seconds, otherwise you're going to be in a bad spot. Ooh, good read there. I say mind games. It's honestly not that much mind games from the Pinhead. He just knows. He's a knower. Oh, that might have been a preemptive dead hard there, but Kate does get the gen done. However, one of these survivors haven't been hooked yet, hasn't it?
That is correct, and we are seeing that hook there up on hill. The question is, what will the Cenobite do? We do see that deadlock over on the Claudette's gen, which did have some pretty good progression, and Cenobite did not have any gen regression perks to work with.
Yeah, I would have to agree. And if you're the Kate now, what's the exit gate situation? We saw an exit gate over by the hill. There's an exit gate over to the right side next to where Claudette is. Is there some kind of strategy? Well, you also have the shack, which is on the opposite end. Oh, never mind. They're going for the
I was about to say, I don't know if you noticed, but Kate is making a beeline for that unhook there. And looks like Cenobite is going to change targets over to the Kate and will get the hit with that broken lens.
Yep, and Kate running rightfully so, but I don't know if they get away here. Oh, the chains are going to be so spawning in here because the collision. Actually, they don't spawn that much at all, actually. I was expecting a lot more spawns based on the collision here. Oh, boy. Yeah, how many chains spawn from that? Yeah, I bet say they get all respawn from the top there. Is that balanced landing?
That was balanced landing, but the chains just slowing her down so dramatically that it did not matter.
That's brutal. No balanced landing value, I would be. And the box is here? Yeah, Claudette streams. However, because of the bug, it's not going to care about her being on the gen. However, I don't imagine it's going to matter all that much. He gets his fresh hook on this survivor. Chain HUD's activated. Even if Claudette finishes that gen, the chain is going to be following her this whole time. How do you don't get out of that, do you? And this gen's not even touched.
The fact that Chain Hunt does slow down as more survivors are out of the game. So Chain Hunt's not going to be very active here. Though they are going to get some information from the chains targeting Claudette, it's going to definitely be few and far between in regards to how many chains are going to spawn.
But information is all you need when you're guarding exit gates.
That is true. That is true, but you know, this Cenobite has all the time in the world right now to wait out this hook, and, you know, these survivors can't exactly hasten it, and we do see the Claudette, I think, popping over that pallet and then realizing, uh-oh, wrong way.
Yep. But I say, if I was, the only thing I could think they could do is if they go for the one at Shack. You could have gone for Shack Gen, and by the end of Kate's, both their phases before they die, you could have gotten it done, but I imagine Pinhead, once second phase was hit, they would have found the Claudette, they would have gone after him, and regardless, I don't know if these survivors are going to be able to get one more gen out of this game, so... man, this is gonna, I mean, it's tiebreakers. A 4K at 4 gens is that's not too much to ask from for the Plague. The Plague almost had that last game, so...
This is true.
This could still be really, really close in the end. We'll just have to see how they play the Plague this time, and... Yeah, they get that final possessed chain there as Kate goes to second page and then progresses to death. They are too far away from the hatch, though. If Claudette can loop out of their mind, you might see a situation where they could get to the hatch, but I don't know how they're going to get it. Did they dead hard there, or did they not? I couldn't tell.
I don't know if they dead hard or not, but Cenobite definitely waiting out in full.
Now you must come with me.
Indeed, yes, she shall, Cenobite. Indeed, she shall.
But I say, like, if they looped out of their mind, you technically you are on the side to run to the shack for hatch, but they didn't have enough. Like, I guess the nearest tile wasn't close enough, and that's not a safe pallet for them. So, unfortunate that that's where the chase ended there. But honestly, survivors did a really decent job. I think they just made up that early double hook was just so gutting for them.
Yeah.
And yep, they had the deliverance. That's what they're trying to prevent. And I think the problem was they tried too hard to prevent the deliverance, and they should have just been on gens instead. I don't know. It's so tough.
I would tend to agree. It's definitely a hard thing to trade because you really do want to get that deliverance value. But as we saw at one point, every single survivor be off of gens. It really did bite them in the butt in the long run, as they just need that little bit of extra pressure.
Yep, and really close game. Like, so I think the survivors had a couple of shots to take it back even after that point, but Pinhead did a really good job of keeping the pressure up and just making sure that they couldn't get out of that snowball from the beginning. There was a little bit towards the middle where they kind of had that spot, but then Fang died, and from that point, I felt like it was just a slow grind out. The survivors doing as much as they can to give their killer a shot, getting as many gens as done. So now Plague knows what they have to do. I imagine we'll see a similar build from the Plague here as we saw before, and Cold Tower's not a bad map for Plague, to say the least. I would say that giving her the power is a lot less awful here, so you might be able to deny Thanatophobia power. Okay, I need to stop talking like I know their build, but I have never seen a Plague not take Thanatophobia and Corrupt.
It just makes too much sense.
Yeah. What? That perk is so good on her.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. It's like bread and butter, but that said, it's kind of funny that we say, like, you know, killers only get 3 perks in comp because Corrupt is base kit. You have to take it. She only gets 2 perks. So what is she gonna take here? You're just gonna take No-Ed and No Way Out? Do you take you know, Pop? Do you take Ruin? Do you take the ultimate slowdown pack? Like, you got options here. Honestly, I really like Scourge Hook on her in addition to Thanatophobia. I think it works really well. We don't see a lot of Scourge Hook these days. You bring Scourge Hook a lot every now and then, and like maybe sometimes it still seems like Deadlock is just the way to go. And if you are very brutally efficient in your chases, sure, but I love Scourge Hook. I want to see more.
Biggest thing we're gonna look at here is this killer needs to get the 4K before 4 gens are completed. So they're going to.
Okay, what happens if this is a tie?
You and Kernan in chat. I was looking at that earlier. I was about to say you shut your mouth, and you too shut your mouth. We have a match after this one.
Okay. Can I make a proposal? Hot fix right here on the table. If this goes to tie, we both get a chance to pick the killers. Just saying. You have to play this killer for me.
Trapper, you got it.
I wouldn't have said Trapper. I would have said something like Wraith. I want to see a Wraith game. I haven't seen that many Wraiths this time around. I would love to see that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna say play Trapper for me. I would play Wraith. I think Wraith is reasonable. It'll be fun.
Wraith could be fun. You say that though. You also. I was playing some Survivor prior to the match today, and Rue saw what I did to the poor Wraith in my match.
Oh, the vault tech over the pallet, and then it's like, all right, I'm gonna let you go for the vault. Firecracker runs out. The light burn. Oh goodness, that was. You know, I can report you for killer abuse, right? Behavior lets me do that.
Okay. What is also, developer your uncle?
There you go. Yeah. Now, I'm going off of a joke here. I've seen so many survivors after games. I'm not saying that everybody's like this. I'm not calling you guys out. But people will come in the chat as like, you know, I'm reporting you for tunneling. It's like, cool.
You do that, buddy. You do that.
And then they try to make an argument for like, oh, it's, you know, this shouldn't be like. I get that it's not a fun thing, and it's like it seems like a design flaw, but it's like it's in the game. It's been in the game. The developer says time and time again, they are not going to remove it. It is a strat. I'm sorry, like you have Decisive Strike and a bunch of other stuff to help you out there. And also, like half the time they complain about it, it's because you got hook farmed in front of me, and I can't help that. I can't help if your survivor friend is like, I have deliverance. Oh, no borrowed time. Anyway, that's off topic.
You know. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, just killer things, right? Just killer things. Oh, can we get that? Can we get that, like the little filigree across the bottom that's like going upward in silver? It's like just killer things. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make that.
I look forward to seeing it. But
anyway, so
we
Plague,
are
let's go.
Getting ready here for the, knock on wood, last trial of this match, as we're now 6 trials in, or about to be rather.
Part of me really wants to see them struggle to get that last gen done and like the Plague stop them and force the tie, but at the same time I'm like, I would like at least some kind of break before we go to this next match.
Oh, we don't get those here, Rue. We don't get those here.
No, not this time around anyway. Because yeah, we got 10 minutes for the next time. Sorry to the next match. Who's playing after this again? We got
next.
We Overslept and Golden Wolves. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, next match is We Overslept, Golden Wolves. And then last but not least, we got Cello Eddie versus Cerebral Assassins with you and Gannicus.
It's gonna be pretty sweet. I'll be honest, I have not got to cast a Cerebral Assassins game this entire league so far. I think they've all been at times that I couldn't make.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, man, that is unusual.
Yeah, I know. I'm almost always here for something. I think, yeah, there was I overslept for one. We overslept. I did make one because of the timing of it, and yeah, I haven't seen CA play yet, so I'll be here for it. That'd be pretty fun. And yeah, I haven't got to cast with Gannicus at all this entire season either. So
Did you not? I could have sworn you did.
Good stuff. Let's go.
I could have sworn, maybe not. I could have sworn that you did get one match in with Gannicus, but I guess not. But either way, it'll be a fun one. It'll be a fun one.
Yeah, I think they had to cancel last second.
Oh,
so
I think you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you are correct.
Yep. So a lot of firsts today, and honestly, I know I missed the Billy match earlier, but I'm sorry. This match has been amazing so far. It might just be because I'm seeing the killers absolutely just, throw it at the wall with these survivors. We haven't seen that many escapes. I think both the first ones were 4Ks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, whenever the killers do well, I definitely feel myself get hyped. But I mean, there was some really good survivor play earlier with the Kate and I believe it was the Tap.
Yep.
Oh man. Really good games today so far. I've been really enjoying it. And the fact that we go to tiebreakers here, we got 2 more matches today. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good day. I can feel it in my bones. I got hydration. Also, so we got... Okay, back to what we were talking about before. So if we're doing anything different, because we're on Cold Tower, you can't see over as much. I'm trying to think if there's a way for this killer to kind of counteract that, since obviously their power isn't going to be as potent on this map, I would say. So, and that's again, if the survivors play into that and they actually cleanse a bit more often than we saw in the first Plague match. Assuming that, what can the killer take here to try and take advantage of the fact that they're gonna be cleansing more, but there's a lot of tileage. I could possibly see Bamboozle to help take advantage of that. It's a gamble though, I would say.
I'm trying to think.
It's assuming that you force the survivors into a playstyle.
Let's see. Corrupt is a guarantee. I think you need Deadlock. I think Deadlock slows down the game enough.
Okay.
Thanatophobia would make sense.
Right.
If we really wanted to go for like the slowdown package, we could either go with even taking off Thanatophobia and instead going with Scourge Hook, Gift of Pain, and Scourge Hook, Pain Residence.
That is fair. If you take off Deadlock.
Not Deadlock. Take off Thana. Go Corrupt, Deadlock, Scourge Hook, Scourge Hook.
You can't. I am a Thanatophobia fanatic. I don't think I could do it, but in my opinion, yeah, taking off Deadlock and putting Scourge Hooks in both of those, I could see that potentially. If you get the 3-gen next to the Scourge, I mean, it is long match. I like the double Scourge Hook. I don't know if I like the taking off for a Thanatophobia, but
like makes sense.
I do like the double Scourge Hook.
If you hook each survivor, it's 9% on each survivor. That's better than Thanatophobia. True.
How does that work with because the survivor, it's slow to heal them? How does it? That's actually really weird now that I'm thinking about it. How's that work? Because with her power, yeah, you get unhooked. Ooh. You can't heal up, but you cleanse.
I think it would still count. It would still count as
I would
heal.
Think. That's actually a really good thing to test here, but we'll see what happens with this. See if they try something different here. That is a really good corrupt, I think. That is a tight corrupt by the looks of it. I only got a glance at it, but I really like that corrupt setup there, and they are going to go about vomiting on all of their generators. Actually, never mind. That left gen is actually way closer to this side of the map than I thought it was.
Yeah, corrupt is not bad, but not great nonetheless. But I will say there's very few generators like out on these corners, so they could honestly play towards middle and over on Cold Tower pretty well, I think.
Yeah. Actually, I was about to say, like, yeah, if that's the way the corrupt spread is, they missed that. Unfortunate. They have to go over here and corrupt.
Just a little.
There's actually, there's these generators over on Coal Tower Side are actually pretty tight knit. Those two on the ground right there are really close, and you got the one up top. Is this a situation where we see them break the top door just so they can try and get an angle at them from below?
I mean, I've definitely done that before, so it's not a half bad idea. I will say, Plague did see a survivor over here is hunting them down, and did find the Yui. I think if they would have checked that corner more tightly, they would have actually gotten her trapped.
Yeah, but I don't think they expected to fully see a survivor behind that. And yeah, she almost got body blocked. That would have been brutal. I mean, to be fair, it is late into the corrupt area, so you would expect a killer to have it down at this point in time. So it would have kind of just been the status quo, but it just would have been unfortunate to give the killer a free down like that.
Indeed, though we do see the heal on the Yui, she is still sick, so she will break here momentarily.
Yep, and that gen has work on it. Yeah, they see the scratch rate is a survivor, but they did not stick around. They got out of dodge. And actually, I didn't even see the add-ons here. So we got the Viola Medic and the apple.
And I want to point out, it's not the Ashen apple.
Yeah, I haven't seen the green apples being used today. We only saw yellow.
Did I ban Ashen apple? Like, there's so many
add-ons.
I thought you did,
yeah.
Did I ban Ashen apple? Did I not ban Ashen apple? I have to double check.
I actually think you did. Because the green apple has no downside to it. The yellow apple has a downside.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I mean, her power is incredibly strong, and it gives a little bit less counterplay to survivors. So I think it's okay banning it. I don't know. I honestly, I feel like this killer is so strong in some cases that I'm fine with it. And we have survivors injured, so we can go ahead and say we called it. It is the Natophobia and corrupt. I don't think anybody's surprised here.
Yeah, but these survivors are working on these gens, and there's been very little
they're
pressure
caught out
from the Plague. This survivor will get to this corner here, but they do not get the down with their power.
Ooh, a little bit of a whiff there. This survivor is making a lot out of nothing, so well played, but they do go down in the end. Is there a survivor over here on that gen or not? I can't tell.
I don't think so, based on what we're hearing, but they definitely have some decent amount of work on it. And we do see the Plague putting up this survivor up onto the hill hook. We'll see if that comes into play later, if they still have some power left.
Yep, and I think without that talisman, I like the Viola Medic a lot. It's one of my preferred ones, but I don't know. No pop goes the weasel. Nope, still got your power up, sweetie. Yep, there you go. I feel like this is not a super strong spot for the Plague, if we're being honest. They got, it's a really good hook, but they didn't protect it, and they're gonna get this unhook seemingly for free here.
Yeah, we see this arena injured or infected now, but I think they're gonna end up going for the U instead. We do see the Nancy also infected, either interacting with the Atom or back on that gen that we saw earlier.
Yeah, like, they had a strong spot with that hook that is a nasty hook to have, but they didn't guard it. If this Yui gets the other side of the map, this could spell disaster, as all these gens back here can get tackled and you can break this 3-gen. If this 3-gen gets broken, I don't know if this Plague can hold up. Another stun there.
I would tend to agree, and it looks like these survivors are really opting to just not cleanse.
That is interesting. I get it, it's definitely, a gamble to cleanse here, but there's so much stuff you can't see over. There's so many tiles that you can loop well, and we even saw that from the Yui, is that they didn't go down to the power. They went down to an M1 because they forced the chase to be like that. And that gen is 99. Do survivors spell deadlock?
I mean, they have seen deadlock, so it would make sense to 99 that gen, and unfortunately for the Plague, vomiting on gens at this point in time really does nothing, as everyone is already infected and fully broken.
Yep, and so Thanatophobia at maximum value here, but it looks like they're going to go for Drink of Fear. This is risky. This tells the survivors that I don't have my power anymore after this happens. So, yeah, we see the deadlock there. That doesn't quite break the 3-gen on the side, but it breaks a strong 4-gen. This is a very pivotal moment. The Plague needs to start a snowball right now, or I think this is going to be a very slippery slope and the survivors are going to get out.
Yeah, definitely a difficult situation to come back from, and these survivors just waiting out this power and not giving this Plague any ground or information. You see that one crow go off, but that's about it.
Yeah, Survivors are playing it super safe here, and rightfully so. She's got her power. Does this hit? It does not. They hugged that super tight. However, this Claudette may actually be a little bit... Is this Claudette? No, that's Arena, isn't it?
That is Arena, and we see another gen pop off, and sure enough, that 99 gen is the deadlock target. So these survivors being very smart and countering deadlock through and through.
Ooh. That didn't hit. Oh my goodness, that was brutal. Is there a flashlight safe here, or are they just wasting time? Well, okay, that was the thing. We saw the other gen 99. Oh man, this is it. Can they hold down this gen situation? The survivors have to cleanse, but it's gonna be on the other side of the map. Yeah, the one at Hill was 99, but they kicked it and regressed a little bit. And now this one is the one that's 99, but yeah, you need to go get.
Was that a deliverance?
I think it was. That is so brutal. Because that gen's 99, you can't let them finish that gen or you lose the set. You don't need to chase this.
They finished a gen. We saw 3 survivors cleanse and a down, but I think she has decisive.
She probably does, and yeah, we saw No Way Out trigger there, but oh man, yeah, it was like you can't go after that. You have to protect that gen. They did exactly what they needed to do. As soon as the deliverance happened, they got distracted, popped the gen, and well played. They've just won the match point for this.
Yeah, very close match, but unfortunately, Plague just not able to get any value on the coal tower. Like you said, these tiles are very tall, and you're just in such a weaker position in comparison to if you were on Wrecker's Yard.
For sure, for sure. And I'm wondering if this is... Because, let's see, Modern Retro played Plague the first time.
Yes.
And now it was Hooker's turn. I'm wondering if because Modern Retro was playing Plague for prep for this week, you know, for killer practice, if the survivors just had a lot of Plague practice going into this match.
Yeah,
and they're like, they knew what to do.
It would make a lot of sense.
They might have had a lot of coordination. Oh, man. I think that's been more than 60 seconds. I think they could go for the hooker. I'm not sure why Adam is sticking around.
Maybe. I mean, they've already activated Deliverance, so that is a good question.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here. But regardless, well played, well played. Fantastic set. I'm a little bit heartbroken for the Plague, but I mean, to be fair, the survivors, they really played tightly here. They did a really good job. So I can't really fault them too much. They did a good job, and congratulations, as I believe Modern Retro will take the match point. And so how does this work though? It's 1 set point each, and then the match point goes to them.
Correct.
All right, so 2-1. Honestly, really good result for the way this game went. Really, really close. Not so close in the tiebreakers, but honestly, that's probably for the best. I don't really want to go to a second set of tiebreakers as much as it would be fun. We have another match coming up really, really shortly.
By really short, you mean right now. So with that being said, guys, though, we'd hate to cut it short. Congratulations to the match winner of Modern Retro with 99 points in the hookers at 79. So GG, well played to both teams. But with that being said, we are going to roll right on into our next match. We're just going to take a moment to reset, catch a breath, grab a drink of water, and we will be back here in like 7 minutes top. So definitely do not step away for too long. But I have been...
Do not disparage.
Yes, exactly. I am your commissioner, Mark, aka Giltspire. I'm also an educational Dead by Daylight player, and this is Rugaard, the Trickster main.
Hello, hello. We will we'll be back shortly. I'm not going to do too much plug here because I do actually have to go like get some water because like there were so many times I was screaming this match that I'm just like I need water really badly. So we will see you shortly. Golden Wolves is coming up next, and they're what were they playing again? I didn't.
We overslept.
We overslept. Okay. Yep. All right. It's gonna be a good one.
We'll see you then.
Let's go.
Bye bye.
Bye.